Imagine earning millions of dollars and being widely popular, yet depending on coupons to eat at chain restaurants. This is the lifestyle of many celebrities, for whom fame and wealth doesn't necessarily mean luxury and extravagance. In this video, we will take you through the lives of rich people and celebrities who live like they are poor. Right off the bat, let's start with Leonardo DiCaprio, one of the world's richest people who chooses to live more like an average Joe. Despite being worth a whopping $300 million, Leo's lifestyle might surprise you. For starters, he drives a humble Toyota Prius. And get this, he loves his Prius so much that he bought 3 more for his family. That's right, one for his mom, dad, and stepmom. But Leo's eco-consciousness doesn't stop there. Leo once said at the Oscar in 2016, "Climate change is real. It is happening right now. It is the most urgent threat facing our entire species, and we need to work collectively together and stop procrastinating." His eco-consciousness make him prefer commercial flights over private jets, believing it's a greener alternative. You might catch him at the airport, looking pretty low-key for someone of his stature, and when he's not cruising around town in his Prius, you might spot him biking through the streets of New York City. That's right, the man enjoys a good bike ride just like the rest of us. Sure, Leo does own 4 adjacent houses in Hollywood, but when a journalist visited him, he described Leo as surprisingly normal. He even shared a funny anecdote about Leo chasing his dog after it escaped when he opened the door for guests. Imagine meeting the guy from Titanic or The Wolf of Wall Street, and he's just chilling at home like any regular person. And Leo's down-to-earth attitude extends to how he treats his fans. One person shared their experience on Twitter of approaching him at a restaurant, where Leo's security initially stopped them, but Leo himself intervened, saying it was okay to let the fan through. He then took the time to give an autograph and chat for a couple of minutes. No airs, no superiority complex, just Leo being genuinely cool. Next on our list is Zooey Deschanel, the famous actor known for her charming roles in movies and TV shows like Elf, New Girl, 500 Days of Summer, and Yes Man. With a net worth of over $20 million, you might expect Zooey to live the typical celebrity lifestyle, or splurge on extravagant things, but that's not the case. Zooey lives remarkably modestly. Despite earning over $100,000 per episode, Zooey is a careful spender who prioritizes making her life better, rather than indulging in luxury. During her 2012 divorce saga, it was revealed that her monthly expenses totaled just $22,500, which is around 25% of her monthly salary. She keeps her utility bills under $1,000 and generously donates $2,000 to charity. While many of her fellow actors reside in the glitzy neighborhoods of Hollywood or Beverly Hills, Zooey opts to stay in Los Angeles in a home that she acquired for less than $1 million. Sure, it's not as modest as some might expect, but compared to others in her field, Zooey's house still costs considerably less. Despite having assets of $25 million, Zooey doesn't rely on credit cards. Instead, she holds over half of her total assets in bank accounts, with the rest diversified across stocks, bonds, and real estate. And don't mistake her frugality for stinginess. Zooey generously gives a significant percentage of her income to charity. Now, Zooey's lifestyle might not surprise you that much, but the next superstars will. Kawhi Leonard is the NBA star who marches to the beat of his own drum. Unlike many of his fellow players, Kawhi isn't one for the glitz and glam of stardom. He prefers to stay out of the spotlight and keep his focus solely on the game. What's surprising about Kawhi is that despite earning about $128 million over the last 3 years, he lives a modest lifestyle. For years, he was easily recognizable, cruising around in a vintage 1997 Chevy Tahoe. This wasn't some flashy status symbol. It was the same car he'd been driving since his teenage years. He even affectionately nicknamed it Gas Guzzler. Despite his NBA success, he stuck with his rusty old ride because it worked just fine. He didn't owe any money on it. It wasn't until 2016 that Kawhi decided it was time for an upgrade, and even then, you won't catch him flaunting his new Porsche around town too often. But here's a fun fact. Kawhi is an avid coupon collector. Yeah, you heard that right. He loves using coupons, especially when he goes out to eat. As a sponsor for Wingstop, he doesn't mind grabbing a meal there, even though he's a millionaire. As part of his deal with Wingstop, he gets free coupons to eat there across the US, which he considers a huge perk. Even after signing a massive $94 million contract, Kawhi still stuck to his frugal ways and continued using those coupons. Teammates even reported that if he ever lost them during road trips, he'd start to panic. But thankfully, Wingstop would just send him some more. Talk about staying grounded, right? Kawhi's focus isn't on flashy spending or short-term indulgences. It's on long-term goals and keeping things simple. Another superstar who has perfected keeping things simple is Christian Bale, the frugal Hollywood star. Bale resides in a nice yet simple property in Los Angeles. Recently, he made headlines by purchasing 12 separate houses worth $22 million, all of which he plans to donate to a foster care charity. Even when offered a luxurious villa on the set of Public Enemies, Christian Bale refused, opting for an ordinary room instead. He's incredibly modest and unassuming, as evidenced by his statement in an interview, "Wealth doesn't mean anything to me." And one of the things that embodies this fact about him is the car he drives, a 2003 Toyota Tacoma. According to Bale, it's reliable and practical. Plus, he can throw stuff in the back when needed. His choice of vehicle has become a talking point in Hollywood, challenging the stereotype of stars driving the flashiest cars. Bale seems content with his trusty Tacoma, even though he might have been spotted driving a dusty Porsche on occasion. But hey, when you're driving one of the best vehicles ever produced, who needs fancy, right? Bale's approach to life is refreshingly simple. He describes himself as doing the exact same things he's always done, without any need for assistance or flashy cars. He enjoys doing things himself, like going to the supermarket or hardware store. In fact, he feels he would miss these activities, as they keep him grounded and prevent him from feeling like a prisoner to fame. Furthermore, Bale has rejected most modern technology, and he barely uses his cell phone. According to his co-star Bryce Dallas Howard, he's not the type of actor who needs an entourage. He and his wife live with a nanny in a modest one-bedroom house, embodying a low-maintenance, low-key lifestyle of real people. Speaking of real people, another celebrity who has managed to live like a normal person is Mayim Bialik, the talented actor best known for her role as Dr. Amy Farrah Fowler in the sitcom The Big Bang Theory. You might remember her for her stellar performance in that role, and rightly so. She absolutely nailed it. But did you know that Mayim has been acting since she was a child in the late 1980s, appearing in various shows and movies? Her success in acting has brought her not only a good income, but also amazing rewards. During her time on The Big Bang Theory, she earned around $500,000 per episode, contributing to her estimated net worth of $25 million. But despite her superstar status, Mayim lives a remarkably modest lifestyle. She resides in a small yet cozy home that she purchased for a little over $500,000, which has since increased in value over the years. After her divorce from her husband of 9 years, Mayim chose to raise their 2 sons single-handedly, foregoing the option of hiring a nanny. Despite having the means to do so comfortably, Mayim's commitment to hands-on parenting is evident in the fact that she personally puts her sons on the school bus every day, and when they return home, they all come back to their small, humble abode. As for transportation, Mayim opts for practicality over luxury, driving a Toyota minivan instead of a flashy Mercedes like many stars. When it comes to travel, Mayim prefers hitting the road rather than taking to the skies, opting for road trips whenever possible. Instead of spending her time and money on expensive clothing, she finds joy in visiting animal shelters, giving lectures, and motivating young people interested in science. Next on the list is Ed Sheeran. Despite earning a whopping $775 million from his 2023 tour, Ed has a surprisingly down-to-earth approach to money. When asked about his bank balance, he revealed that he keeps most of his money in a Barclays student account, admitting that if it were all in one place, he'd probably spend it all. Instead, he gives himself an allowance, which he estimates to be around $1,000, as he doesn't spend much money. When it comes to expenses, taxis and hotels aren't high on Ed's list. He once crashed at Courtney Cox's spare room in Malibu for 3 months, proving that luxury accommodations aren't a priority for him. Despite occasional trips to LA and fancy restaurants, Ed lives a grounded life in his English hometown with his wife, whom he married after high school. In terms of work, Ed sticks to normal working hours, taking inspiration from Eminem's 9-to-5 studio routine. As for vacations, Ed's idea of relaxation differs from the typical celebrity beach holiday. Being ginger, he's not one for lounging on beaches and getting sunburned. Instead, he prefers to shut himself indoors, turn off his phone, and watch lots of DVDs. It's a simple and relatable way for someone who values normalcy, to unwind amidst the extraordinary success. As we marvel at these celebrities' ability to maintain grounded lifestyles despite their wealth, it begs the question, what truly constitutes a fulfilling life? Is it the accumulation of material possessions, or the ability to find joy in simplicity and authenticity? As author Vicki Robin once said, "Money, like any resource, is meant to be used, not hugged." These celebrities remind us that true wealth lies not in accumulation, but in the ability to live purposefully and appreciate the simple pleasures in life. So there you have it. Do you know other celebrities living low-key? Let's hear them in the comments section.